First and Vaughan advanced in the playoffs. I'm Jakob Vaughan, ready to deliver another exclusive interview at Thomasdale High School. It's round 2 of the VHSL playoffs. First and Vaughan's game of the week, Thomasdale at Ocean Lakes. Here we go.
This is First and Vaughan, this is First and Vaughan, this is First and Vaughan, you know.
After advancing in the playoffs, Thomasdale's Chris Saunders joins First and Vaughan for an exclusive interview. You play safety, linebacker, and wide receiver. You can do it all. But which position is your favorite?
Safety, most definitely.
Safety?
I like coming up and filling the box.
All right.
My role models, Brian Dawkins and Jamal Adams, so I like really to play, man. Like coming up, making the play in the box.
Brian Dawkins?
Yes, sir.
That's my guy.
Old school football.
I'm an Eagles fan.
Feel that
That's my guy.
Come through with that bang.
Oh yeah. So I interviewed a teammate of yours, Chris Tyree, week 1. Chris and I talked about the goal was to win a state championship, get over that hump of 9 wins. And of course, that goal now, what is that goal now after finishing the regular season 7-3?
Of course, going 1-0. But really our main focus is not focusing on the past, focusing on the present. Every game is a different game. You've got to give that game all your effort and all your focus as much as you can and give it 110%, because no matter what happens before that, something's going to happen in between the lines when you line up. When it's a new game, it's a new mindset, new week, new team. No matter who they play, they're going to come with a different plan and a different game plan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like that mindset. It's a good mindset to have. All right, so what's it like having a teammate that is as dominant and nationally recognized as Chris Tyree?
Well, I've had the opportunity to play with Chris since we got to play for the Central Virginia Hurricanes, and Coach Scott gave us exposure early. So seeing a talent like Chris, I look at it as a blessing. I'm a very passionate person, and I always ask Chris questions, and Chris is here for the whole team as if he was just a regular teammate. But it's honestly a blessing to see a talent like Chris come through, because you never get to see talent like that really in a town like Chester come through. So Chris is a really humble person, and it's just a blessing to have him as a teammate.
That's great to hear. Coach Tucker talks highly of him. Everybody does, really. I also interviewed Midlothian's linebacker Brian Davis, a former teammate of yours.
Yes, sir.
How close are you two?
We've been brothers since legit. We daycare in 2nd grade, man, and we always work together. There's somewhere we put in work that nobody can even imagine behind closed doors, but had to play for 2 different schools, so it is what it is, man. You know.
That's awesome. He's a good kid.
Yes, sir. He's a great kid.
All right, round 2 of the playoffs.
Walk in the room feeling like a soldier. Straight and directive, I don't do the folk just.
It's time to talk about Friday's game. Up next is my fantasy football advice. I went 7-1 last week, but Thomasdale is currently on a 4-game winning streak, but out of those 3 losses this season, which one hurts the most? Got Hermitage, Hopewell, and Prince George.
I'd say Hermitage hurt me the most because I suffered a concussion in that game, and I didn't
Okay, so you like physically hurt you.
I didn't have the opportunity to help my team out. But I'd say just the Hopewell game hurt us the most, because they physically dominated us. You know what I'm saying? And it felt like we couldn't do anything about it. But as a team, we just had to suck it up and face adversity.
Yeah.
We faced adversity every moment of the season, and we learned how to overcome it. So it's something that'll help us down the road.
Okay.
Always.
All right, so down the road, last year Thomasdale lost in the semifinals to Manchester. This Friday, Thomasdale faces number 2 Ocean Lakes, who has the same record and defeated Cosby last week. Can this team advance past Ocean Lakes?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It takes focus. It takes focus on every aspect of the game. Each 3 phases. That's special teams, offense, and defense. And it takes our fan base. It takes everybody as a Thomasdale family. And like our coaches tell us, man, focus and not focusing on the week before that, the week now.
Yeah.
What's now, what's in the present. As long as you focus on the present, God's going to take care of it, man.
That's a perfect answer. And you mentioned family.
Yes, sir.
Everybody needs to travel down to Ocean Lakes. What, about 2.5-hour drive, Virginia Beach?
Yes, sir.
All right, everybody needs to make that travel. Ocean Lakes finished their 2018 season by finishing 13-1, losing to Manchester. I don't think Ocean Lakes is playing at that same high level they were last year. What have you seen with them or watching film?
What I've seen is just a good team. Overall, they run a lot of the same formations that we run, and there's a lot of the same pass schemes. So I've had a lot of respect for the boys down to 7'5". 7'5" breeds natural ballers, and so does the 804. We've got to learn to come together as a state and just compete all together, because it's a good look for Virginia. It's a good look for Virginia all together, but yeah, for sure.
Definitely going to represent for the 804.
Can't wait to play them boys, man.
I got to ask you a question to throw you off. Is water wet?
I'm gonna go with yeah.
You think water's wet?
When it touches the body. When it touches the body, man, water's wet.
All right.
My answer is yes.
Yes.
Definitely yes.
All right, so it's time for fantasy football.
This is First and Vaughan, you know.
Come and call me Baker. Oh my, subtle to the grain till the battle's over.
Everyone subscribe for First and Vaughan's Game of the Week. Semifinals, Thomas Dale at Ocean Lakes. You were tuned in to...
This is First and Vaughan, you know.
Thanks, Darius, guys. Week 12 of Fantasy Football Visions. After last week, we need to drop Patriots wide receiver Mohamed Sanu and Buccaneers tight end O.J. Howard. 3 weeks until playoffs, First and Vaughan's Fantasy Football League is almost a wrap. Looking at the lowest scoring team of the week, they struggled to find a good flex. Now this team surprised me and ended up being the highest scoring team of week 11. After the drops, let's add Lions running back J.D. McKissic, Jets wide receiver Jamison Crowder, and 49ers wide receiver Deebo Samuel. Click that red subscribe button below because...
You know, yours truly, you know. Damn, I forgot what I was saying. This is First and Vaughan, you know.
Walk in the room feeling like a soldier. Straight and directive, I don't do the folk just. Raw salmon, call me bagel. Oh my, subtle to the grain till the battle's over. Riding around town, Dior stand for Lark, bitch. Salmon, Kobe Bako. Oh my, subtle to the grain till the battle's over. Riding around town.